What is up, guys? Back with another video. I'm sitting in the 911 at a light, just waiting to get where I'm trying to go to, but the light's not changing. But I appreciate everybody watching the channel. Man, oh man. I'm still stacking SCHD, still stacking the dividends, and it's a brand new day. I haven't crossed 55,000 yet in income, but I'm getting close. I'm getting real close. I can taste it. You guys seen the new Tesla? Looking pretty nice. Not through my cracked windshield though. Was the car itself. I've never driven one. I've been in them for in Ubers, but I've never actually driven one. I'm a little bit more of a combustion engine man myself, but I'm not gonna knock it. All right, guys, you're gonna hate on me for this. I'm taking this thing through a Tommy's car wash. This has black PPF on it. I don't know if it's gonna mess it up or not, but Vito told me he takes all his PPF cars through the car wash. He's like, they're fine, don't even worry about it. That's the guy who PPF'd it for me. But I'm short on time. I've got a lot of work to do. I gotta get on the laptop, and I gotta get this thing clean, dude. It is looking just so dirty. The wheels are so dirty. I'm gonna pay for like whatever the whole shebang is. But I'll be honest, last time I took it through here, a long time ago, and I paid for the wheel thing. It's got the little thing that comes out and rotates. I feel like the wheels were all black and grimy looking. I know I'm gonna get hate for taking this thing through here. I posted one time I took it through here, and on a short, I had to delete the short, dude. You guys were like gonna boycott me. But I gotta do it. I'm sorry. Don't hate on me. This thing's got a cracked windshield and flat tires anyway. This thing is like a go-kart. How you doing? All right, guys, I paid for the works wash. It says I'm gonna get a tire gloss and a wheel cleaning. Let's see what happens. Watch me come out and the wheels are all scratched up. One of them is actually already scratched up, I think. This thing only looks good on the camera, if you guys even think it looks good. In person, this thing has been ragged out. All right, we're pulling in. Hopefully this thing doesn't do something. Well, now we just sit back and relax. Oh, so right now I'm listening to a new audiobook. It's Buffett and Munger Unscripted. They took all the Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett, Berkshire Hathaway meetings, and they consolidated it down into the best sayings and advice. And if they repeat themselves throughout meetings, they'll take the best response and they'll put that one in. It's a pretty good book, actually. You should check it out. If you like Charlie Munger and Warren Buffett or investing or Berkshire Hathaway. Here we go. Here comes the wheel cleaner. We'll get out and vacuum it. See how bad it is. See how bad the damage is. No, these things are usually pretty good. And this PPF, I think I took it through here once before already. Let's see. Word of advice, if you ever get a car with carbon ceramic brakes and you go through water, dude, sometimes you have no brakes. I don't know, maybe it's just the Porsche ceramics, carbon ceramics. If it didn't do anything bad to it, I might keep coming back because she said I got 30 days of works washes. I don't know, there's some weird rubbery gunk on it. I don't know what that is. That might have been there. Looking pretty clean. Not too bad. Yeah, here you go. Told you. This is what I'm talking about. You see this? It puts this weird black stuff all over the wheels. This is why I never take it through here. I don't know if the little roller thing that cleans your wheels is real dirty and you don't see it, but our wheels are so glossy that you see it. But I noticed that last time. I've got a towel with me, so. You guys are probably cringing because I'm using like a Ninja Turtle towel. I'm probably scratching it all up. I don't know, PPF, can it get scratched? Who knows? I don't take myself too serious. I don't take this stuff too serious, to be honest. Nothing's permanent. I just have fun with it. What I enjoy the most is driving it and hearing the turbo sounds. Looking glossy. It's definitely looking glossy. Saved me a lot of time too. Alright, now we got to get on the streets, get the laptop, and I got to get working. Oh, I might as well vacuum it while I'm here. Let's fire this bad boy up. Oh, keys in the door. Oh, where's the key? Is it just me, or does life feel like it moves faster and faster every day? I think it just gets busier and busier. That's why it's good to try to slow things down. Go back to the simple stuff. That's what I want to do. I want to slow everything down. If any of you guys are new to the channel and it's the first time watching the channel, my name's Chris. Hey, I'm Chris. And I was a diesel mechanic for most of my life. I was when I said, my mom's always like, don't say you were a bad kid. I wasn't a bad kid, but I was lost. I got in trouble. I skateboarded growing up, so I got in trouble, did things I wasn't supposed to be doing. Got kicked out of middle school. Was told I was never gonna amount to anything. They labeled me the boy with the broken brain. No, I'm joking. I say that to my son, but I saw a guy on YouTube say that that's what they called him, the boy with the brain. All right, I've arrived at the Starbucks. Now I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna go over all my Clavio flows. Oh, I got off topic. But yeah, I was a diesel mechanic. Now I have an e-commerce business that we've had since 2013. Oh, but I'm about to go in here and fiddle around with that. See if I can get us in the green for the day. Shout out to my buddy Fetty. He texted me, he said he's going to the gym. I said, I got stuff to do, I gotta work. And he's gonna see me over here at Starbucks. Well, never mind, change of plans. If you parents are wondering where your kids are after school, they're in the Starbucks. I'm going to. So when I was a diesel mechanic, it was 2004 when I started being a mechanic. And I was 2 years out of high school. I tried community college and I had to take so many prerequisite classes because I just didn't study in school and stuff, that I felt almost like it was pointless. Like, I'm like, man, I got to go to school for 2 years to get to the point where I can go to school. Then I watched Get Rich or Die Trying with 50 Cent. Psych, I'm joking. But no, then I've told this story before on videos. I don't know if you can tell me the whole story again, but I was a diesel mechanic, and my son, at this point, a couple years in, I met my wife, and then a year later, we had our son. I was like 23 and she was like 20. So now I look back, I'm like, man, we were like kids. And I was trying to fulfill the American dream, and we got a townhouse. I bought a townhouse. We were living in an apartment, and then bills were so tight that I was like, man, we need to figure out a way to make more money. She was going to college and working as a cashier at a grocery store in the evenings. Then I started hustling, and that's when everything changed. It's like, I'm joking. Definitely didn't happen like that. I tried every little thing I could. He got the JDM power sticker, baby. He's looking at me like, why is he filming me? Putting you on the channel. F250. So yeah, we were young. Bills were there. Medical bills. My son was born with what's called a tracheatic esophageal fistula. So it's funny, your worst, even with him too, I talk about this like that. Your greatest adversity sometimes is holds all your glory. Let it sink in, because it is true. The thing that you are hiding from, or the thing that's the worst thing in your life to happen to you, is the thing that gives you your superpower. Even him and what happened to him when he was born was the worst thing for me, and it gave me every adversity has an equal seat of opportunity. It pushed me to make sure I could take care of my family. So maybe sit down and look around right now if you're struggling and think to yourself, dude, I might be sitting in the glory. I just got to figure out a way to turn it around in my head. You got to take the pain and turn it into triumph. There is no specific road to get to where we're all trying to go. And we might actually all be taking the wrong route, trying to get to going to the wrong place anyway. We might have everything we need and not even need any of these things when we talk about like investing and money. I look at investing, I look at money as security for the family. That's really what I look at it, in time freedom. That's why I chase it. That's why I'm obsessed with it. That's why for years I'm like, I need to figure out a way to get wealth. I need to figure out a way to get ahead. I just want safety, security, and peace of mind, and time freedom, so I can spend time with my loved ones and not be stressed out. I've been tired and stressed out for too many years trying to get it. It's funny because sometimes you could just put it all down and just say, dude, you're in the present. Just live right now. Just enjoy it. So I question that too sometimes with myself. Like, am I chasing the financial freedom, trying to get ahead to have the time freedom with my family, taking away the time I have with them now? You know, I think about those things. So it's good to self-reflect and think about that stuff. But what I'm saying is I was a mechanic and, you know, times were tight, so I had to figure out a way to make extra money. So it didn't start with me trying to figure out how to be an entrepreneur or something like that, where I'm like, oh, I'm watching Shark Tank. It didn't exist. I was just like, how can we make extra money? Can I fix windshields? That's what I was doing. First I was trying to fix windshields. I was trying to do computer repair. I have a whole video. I think it's called Becoming an Entrepreneur Part 1, if you want to search it on the channel. I think it's on there somewhere. If not, it might be one of the videos I have private. I have like 100 videos that I still need to edit out some stuff and repost. But I was trying all kinds of things, and the computer repair was actually what gave me a little traction. I was doing well, like decent with that. It just got a little hectic. I was driving from one part of Baltimore to another part of Baltimore to drop the laptops off at this guy who was fixing them for me. And he was like, I was charging the customers more, and it got tiring. But while that was happening, I get the timeline mixed up, but I also started a t-shirt thing, and I was selling t-shirts and making shirts. But where we really started to get traction was when we started ordering products on Alibaba. Back then it was AliExpress. Well, I mean, it was Alibaba and AliExpress at the same time, but in the very beginning I was using AliExpress because I wasn't buying large quantities. I was buying like 2 or 3 of like 20 different things. And then we were going to events and setting up a table. The very first event we did, if anybody knows, we were in Glen Burnie, Maryland, outside of like an elementary school on a Saturday morning, and all I had was like a 4-foot plastic table with no tablecloth or anything, and I literally just put the cheap Chinese jewelry on top of the plastic table. And I think I had some printed business cards I got from Vistaprint or one of those websites. I don't know what was available then, and people came up to the table and they're like, I remember the first thing I sold was like a metal like lobster claw looking hair clip, but it was like a circular one, like one that's metal that goes around a ponytail. It was like all gold, so it looked like it could be nice. And I remember I was like, oh yeah, I'm like, everything is you know, like limited, we only have 2 of those. She's like, how much is it? I'm like, oh, I didn't even price it. I had no idea, you know. I was like, it's 20. And she's like, $20? And I was like, it's 10. And then she's like, I'll do it for 10. I'm like, all right. I'm like, there you go. And I remember selling it and thinking, holy cow, dude, I paid 89 cents for that thing. And I remember thinking to myself, just like, what? Wait a second. I knew nothing about branding. I knew nothing about anything. I didn't know anything about business. I didn't know anything about payroll. Oh crap, I gotta do my payroll. It's Thursday. I actually gotta go to do my payroll, because I was part of me was thinking maybe I'll work later in the evening and I'll go cruise some more. But I gotta go to the Starbucks. I gotta do my payroll. But I didn't know anything about QuickBooks. I didn't know anything about collecting and remitting sales tax returns and any of that stuff. But you learn little by little. I knew nothing about Facebook ads. I didn't even know about a website. I didn't know anything. I was just like everybody that's interested in starting e-commerce or doing something like that. You know nothing. I knew nothing. And I didn't have a mentor. I didn't learn. I didn't read books. I didn't do anything. I just became a practitioner. I feel like that's the #1 way that you learn. I was watching YouTube videos. There was an Australian guy back in the day. I never watched a video for Shopify. I just went into it. I just went to Shopify.com and I paid for the trial. Like, nobody's going to hold your hand. There's nobody's going to guide you and give you people will guide you and hold your hand. I'm saying, like, you can follow people on the internet. But what I'm saying is, and I'm not selling a course or anything, I'm just talking. Because, you know, everybody at the end of the day, you're like, what is this? Am I going into his funnel now? He's going to say, click on the link and get the only thing I have is the channel member. If you want to support the channel, that's it. I'm just throwing that out there. You don't have to, though. No, so, I just went into it. And I just clicked on themes, and I'm like, what is this? And I go to theme store, and I'm like, okay. And then, like, you know, like, you can emulate success. Like, you can go look at other websites and say, like, I'm going to make mine look like this. So then it's very easy, dude. When I say it's very easy, I'm not exaggerating. It is very easy. You go to Shopify. I'm talking about building the Shopify store. It is click, 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 drop the image. The hardest part, honestly, is just navigating the theme editor, because they've updated it. They have made it a little more complicated. But you get overwhelmed at first because you're like, there's so many settings and I don't know what's right and what's going to convert the best. And you don't worry about all those things. Just keep it simple. There's a nice free Shopify theme. I think it's called Dawn. Look it up. I think it's called Dawn. D-A-W-N. It's completely free, the theme. And it's one of the best converting themes. It's actually one of the top ranked themes for accessibility. Accessibility is like if someone comes with to your website and they have like vision issues or any type of disability, they're able to navigate the website. So it's important that you have that. But what I'm saying is, I didn't know any of those things. I just went to some type of small event with a 4-foot plastic table and like 30 pieces of jewelry from China. And I had no clue what I was doing. I had nothing. I was standing there like a fool. I think I had a little tiny box, like a cardboard box with some 5s and 10s in it. And I think I might have had the square card swiper. I don't think I had the square card swiper, actually. I think I was just doing cash. I was like, cash only. And don't tell them where you got it. All right, let's try this Starbucks. This one's got a lot of cars, too. I need a plug. I need a receptacle and a seat. And a venti iced Americano with cream and 2 stevia. And a lot of luck. Oh, I can barely get out of the car. I just finished working. Some days are better than others. Today's not the best day. What's this? A love story. What in the world is this? Hit the streets. Here's my audiobook.
Frankly, is when we focus on price and value and we start buying and the price goes up a little.
It's supposed to be Warren Buffett talking.
We almost did on See's Candies. A mistake like that cost us $8 billion in the case of Walmart stock a few years ago. Because it went up in price, we stopped buying. We are not happy when things we're buying go up in price. We want them to go down, down, and down.
2004 meeting. I don't know anybody who is wise who doesn't read a lot. On the other hand, that alone won't do it.
Does listening to
You
audiobooks
have to have
count?
a temperament which grabs the correct ideas and
Put
does
this bad
something
boy in
with those
sport
ideas.
mode.
Temperament is all important. If you can't control yourself, no matter what intellect you bring to the process, you're going to have disasters.
That's why I stick with
Investing is a
SCHD,
business
because I
that
can't control myself.
extraordinary intellect.
I can't
It does
control
require
myself.
Extraordinary discipline. That shouldn't be so difficult. As I look around the world sometimes, apparently it is quite difficult. The whole world
Ain't that
goes
true,
mad
Warren?
some years back.
Ain't that true?
And you say, how could that happen? Don't they learn anything from the earlier ones? But what we learn from history in financial markets all the time.
All right, I won't bore you guys with the
2004
audiobook,
meeting.
but check it out. If you
I've
wanna-
watched Warren through all these decades, and he has learned a hell of a lot. Even in the last 20 or 30 years. It's a lifelong game. And if you don't keep learning, other people will pass you by.
Ooh.